What if I told you that one of the biggest enemies of a Mars mission isn't Mars itself, not an asteroid, not even another country, but the human ego, fear, and the countless failure that happen when everything you depend on suddenly stops working? And what if, despite all of that, humanity still found a way forward? Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about a book that surprised me in a way I didn't expect. The Mangalyaan Protocol by Sudhir R. Nambiar. When I started this book, I thought I was getting a story about India's mission to Mars. What I actually got was something much bigger. This isn't a story about reaching Mars. It's a story about science, engineering, survival, courage, and ultimately humanity itself. The book begins with ambition and national pride, but as the story progresses, it transforms into a gripping techno thriller filled with sabotage, cyber warfare, political tension, orbital dangers, impossible decisions, and some genuinely tense survival moments. But what impressed me the most was that every time technology failed, human ingenuity stepped in. Systems failed, communications failed, politics failed, machines failed, but people never stopped thinking. People never stopped adopting. And I think that is the central message of this book. The characters are not superheroes. They are engineers, scientists, pilots, and problem solvers trying to survive situations nobody prepared them for. I especially appreciated that this story focuses more on teamwork, responsibility, and solving problems rather than unnecessary drama. And throughout the book, one theme kept coming back: humanity advances because ordinary people refuse to give up. Another thing I really enjoyed was how story involves, at first, the question is, can India reach on Mars? Then it becomes, can humans survive on Mars? But by the end, the question changes into something much more powerful. Can humanity build a future together? And honestly, I loved that transition because beneath all the science fiction, political intrigue, and suspense, this book carries a surprisingly hopeful message. Now, no book is perfect. There are moments where the crises come very rapidly, and I would have loved even deeper emotional developments for some characters. But none of that took away from my enjoyment because this book constantly kept me turning pages. I genuinely wanted to know what would happen next, and now I want to say something to directly to the author. If you ever happen to watch this review, I just want to say thank you for the imagination, research. Thank you for creating a story that celebrates science and human potential instead of fear and cynicism. It's clear that an incredible amounts of thoughts and effort went into this book, from engineering concepts and geopolitical tensions to survival scenarios and the optimism and its core. Every chapter reflects passion and hard work. What I appreciated most was that you choose hope, you choose cooperation over hatred, you choose curiosity over conflict. And I think we need more stories like this. By the end, I didn't feel like I had simply finished a science fiction novel. I felt like I had experienced a vision of what humanity could become when science, courage, and collaboration come together. For me, the Mangalyaan Protocol is not just a Mars story. It's a story about resilience. It's a story about problem solving. And above all, it's a story about hope. And if you enjoy books like The Martian, Project Hail Mary, or fast paced techno thrillers with scientific ideas and a hopeful outlook, I think you will really enjoy this one because, in the end, Mars does not belong to one nation, it belongs to humanity. Go and grab this book, The Mangalyaan Protocol by Sudhir R. Nambiar. Thank you.